today I have an order that I need to get done, so I thought this would be a perfect time to show you guys how to do the ombre effect. I've seen several people say they just don't understand how to do it. They're not quite sure how to do it. I'm not a perfectionist at any level, but I think I have it pretty good. I love this one that I did the other day. And then this one. This one's my personal one that I use. I still haven't finished this one yet. I'm going to add a decal. So today I thought, why not show you guys how I go about doing my ombre. So let me get my glue. So I use Mod Podge. I'm sure other people use different techniques to add their glitter. In today's glitter, I'm going to be using 2 colors of purple. I don't know if you can see. Recollection, Michael's. This one is called Orchid, and it's absolutely beautiful. And then Muse. My camera focusing. So those are the 2 colors that I will be doing. It doesn't matter. It's kind of just however, either if it's a custom order, how they want it or how you think it may look. But I always go dark on the bottom, light at the top. Although on this one, I decided to go light on the bottom and dark on top. This glitter right here is a chunky glitter that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it's called True Lavender, and it is so pretty too. I mean, what glitter is not pretty? Just about all of them are. Okay, so your first thing, you can clean your cup if you like, but just go ahead and start applying. I do the whole cup of applying Mod Podge. A good amount. You will see that in some spots it will dry really fast. That's okay, because I do 2 layers of glitter just to make sure that it's covered really well on the cup. And that also helps with your ombre effect. Kind of know where to add or not to add so much, and make it look more like it's smoothly adjusted into the next color. Trying to rush this part, sorry. This one, thank goodness it's a small cup. Okay, and then I just kind of smooth it out just a little bit, go back around, smooth out. My top doesn't get as much. And again, if it's not covered, I do 2 layers, so I'm not totally worried about it not getting in certain spots, because I can get it in the next round. Okay, so now I start with the light glitter. And I am getting really close to the edge. I like to get really close to the edge because you really want it saturated really well right there. Really dark of that color or whatever color you're using. Oh, this is really pretty, guys. Okay, so then when you get back around, I kind of go to, if you're using a straight cup, then you kind of want to find a point where you know you're going to taper off and go to the next color. In this one, it has that little groove part in the middle. So I don't know if you can see, but most cups will have that little lip in the middle. That's kind of where I decide that's where my colors are going to meet. So now I take it up high and just kind of sprinkle a little bit and kind of right around that little edge to where it covers just lightly. And I kind of go down just a tiny bit from that down at the bottom, because that's where it's going to be merging into the new color. So then I just kind of sprinkle in the rest. And again, if you don't get all of it, it's okay, because you'll be doing a second color or a second covering. You just want to make sure that's really good and covered as much as possible. Okay, and then tap it off. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, now before your glue starts drying, that's really thick right there. Let's get the edges a little bit so we know that it's going to be sticking. And you don't want your glue, see, let's see if you can see it right there. You see how it's a little too thick in that certain spot. You want to smooth that out because your glitter will be that thick. And you definitely don't want glops of, let me get another sheet of paper. Okay. So now we're going to move to the second color, which is the darker color. And you're going to start from way up high and just sprinkle right on top of the lighter color. Right in the middle, just sprinkle very lightly. Just let it fall. You don't want it too thick. And you can go up just a tad from where the pink, the lighter pink starts. Okay. I don't know if you can tell. Let me go ahead and then of course go really heavy down at the bottom. And then fill in. My finger gets tired after a while tapping, because sometimes these shakers, you can shake it, but not a whole lot comes out, or you can shake it and a ton comes out. So I like to tap just to make sure that I'm getting what I need out. And one day I accidentally opened the wrong end and went and tapped, and it went everywhere. It was horrible. I think I cried just a little bit because that was a lot of glitter that I didn't need. Alright, then you can tell where some areas may need more. See, like I missed that spot. If you want to add more of the dark, you know, just add a little bit more. So, there you go. Is that focusing? Now, once you add the second layer, you want to let the Mod Podge that's underneath dry. I usually wait about 15 to 30 minutes, and then I apply Mod Podge again over the entire cup and shake again. So I will show you that step in just a few minutes. Okay, so now you've waited, hopefully, if you're anybody like me and you're a very impatient person, like I can't stand waiting. I always have to find another cup or another craft to do on the side of waiting because it drives me crazy. But hopefully you waited around 15 to 20 to 30 minutes to let your Mod Podge dry. Then your Mod Podge will go over much easier. And just a thin layer. You don't need a whole lot because it will take forever to dry if you apply a thick layer of Mod Podge. Whoop, that spot didn't dry all the way. See? Okay, so as you can tell, my cup in that spot did not dry. So this is why they tell you to wait 15 to 30 minutes, because this will happen and you don't want this to happen. It's okay because it can be fixable, but definitely don't want that to happen. And so what I normally do, just so I'm not, because the loose glitter will attach, I will just gently do the top part first. That way it blends the loose glitter down at the bottom or the mid part, which is what you want. Okay, so you just keep going around till you get all your cup Mod Podged. And this may take a little bit longer just because you want to be a little bit more gentle with the glitter this time around. Even though you've waited and it may be solid hard, there may still be places that were thicker that hasn't dried all the way, like on my cup. There are several places that are coming up. And I don't use dishwasher safe. I have the matte finish. I just grabbed whatever because I seal it with epoxy, and Doesn't really matter once it's sealed with the epoxy. Some people still like to use the dishwasher safe. It's whatever your preference is. Sorry guys, my voice, I guess the allergies are acting up today. My voice keeps cracking. Okay, so now you should have your whole cup Mod Podged for the second coat. Again, I start with the lighter color, and I'm just going to gently, at a high, I know you can't see it in the camera, but lift up pretty high so that it just gently falls in the middle where you're wanting to blend it. It kind of, I guess, breathing, the wind catches it and kind of drifts it in different areas, which is good because you want it to look blended. That, or you might have a fan on. I wouldn't recommend having a fan on when doing glitter. That's a disaster waiting to happen. And then I go down just a little bit again, down in the purple, deeper purple, excuse me, just so it has that more of a blended look. And then you just fill in the top. This time around, you don't have to be so precise unless you actually see gaps where you definitely need it, because this is just a fill in, just to make sure you have the whole area covered pretty well. It's not a must make sure you get every area, because it pretty much covers it in the first one. Just the slight areas where your glue had dried before you could get there with the glitter. This kind of covers that area. Like right there. Okay, then I'm actually gonna get it out of my hand because I don't like it tapping it and not getting into the cup so much. There will be some in the cup, but okay, tap it, tap it, tap it. Okay, now for the darker, up high, so sprinkle on, get the blending effects. And then down low to cover any areas that need to be covered. And that's how I do my ombres, and would love to see yours in whatever colors you choose. Now this is just 2-color. You can do multiple colors. Just when you go to the areas that you want to blend, just make sure you go up high to make sure that both colors kind of combine together. And then after all this is done, I'm actually going to go and get some glitter sealer. You can get it at Lowe's. Sorry, I don't have a picture or a can to show you. But this is what everyone is using to seal their glitter instead of Mod Podging over again. Okay, tap. Oh, missed that. Then you can just go skim over and just check what areas may need more of what, and hopefully it sticks. Okay, so there you go, guys. Let's see. There. And there's your ombre. And then now you just spray it with the glitter sealer. And then after that, you're ready for epoxy. I hope that helps. And then if you want, add a decal over your first epoxy, and then epoxy again after you add your decal, and then you're all set. Alright guys, hope you have a good day.